Some people should never do drugs.
New at 10, an Aldine ISD student is facing charges after administrators say he brutally beat a janitor outside of Eisenhower High School. Officials say last Friday the student, who was completely naked, approached the 78-year-old man and started swinging. ABC 13's Alex Bozargian joins us live at the school. And Alex, what was the motive here?
None that we know of. The janitor says he was just working outside. He noticed this student completely naked coming towards him. He figured he needed help, but the student goes up to him and says, "Hey, will you let me into the building?" Well, he didn't know what the student's intentions were, so he said no. And once he said that, the student started swinging, and he credits his survival of this entire incident to essentially playing dead until the student gave up.
It was a monster that touched him because he was so hurt.
Martina Galvez says it's unbearable to see her husband in this condition. She says he sustained these injuries at Eisenhower High School, where he works as a janitor.
You need EMS at Eisenhower. You notified them already. In reference to what?
That's Aldine ISD police officers over the radio after Simon Galvez called for help. He says a student came up to him outside the school while he was picking up trash and asked to be let inside the building. The student, he says, was completely naked. And I told him no. It was the only words exchanged. I started to walk away, and then he grabbed me with one hand and started hitting me in the face with the other. Galvez is 78 years old, and he says despite his best efforts, he stood no chance against the young man. After the last blow, he started to choke me. He put both hands around my neck, and here you can see the marks. This is what Galvez looked like after the attack. Eyes swollen shut, bruising around his neck, a dislocated finger, all of which is still healing.
It destroyed me because I thought he was gonna die. That's what I say when I saw him. I said he's gonna die.
The student was brought into custody shortly after the incident.
Be advised, I have a Hispanic male detained at the moment in the backseat of my car, and he's naked.
In a statement, Aldine ISD commended Galvez for, quote, preventing the student from getting into the school where he might have harmed others. I was just thinking about the security of the school, and I put my life at risk for it. Galvez has been with the district for over 2 decades. He does plan to go back to work, but he says he has to switch to a less labor-intensive position because of his injury, something that he's pretty upset about. The district does tell us that they believe the student was under the influence during all of this. They tell us that he's facing a charge for the assault of a public servant. We also asked the district about the identity of the student. We know that he's not a minor, but they were not able to get us that identity, so we're continuing to work on this story.
His future job prospects are looking very slim.